All right, Paul.
Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to get back on the channel. Perry Howe. He's now 5 wins, 10 defeats with 1 draw. He fought last night against Kai Dawber, is it?
Kai Dawber, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a 40-36 defeat. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a talk about the fight.
Just enjoyed it a bit, mate. Obviously, I was a bit flat myself. As you know, I've had a bit of bad news with the Sheldon fight dinner and that. So, we got the all clear off the board to fight Tuesday. And obviously, it was only Saturday, so 4 or 5 days notice. Boom, and off we went and had a go. It was just a case of getting the ring rust off for myself. Didn't know what to expect with Kai because obviously it's first time I fought a debut kid. I was under no illusions that they were going to put him in with me if he went up to it. So I didn't underestimate him. And when I got in the first round, I just wanted to try and work him out. And yeah, he was a good kid, nice lad. And yeah, I had a few things I was practicing on the pads before, and they just weren't coming off. So I were getting a bit frustrated with my own performance, but like I spoke to my team, and it's understandable. I've had a few hard months, do you know what I mean? So for me, it was just happy to be back at work, Sam, and get doing what I'm doing.
Exactly. But in round four, I think the first 3 rounds, you were getting a bit frustrated. But I think round four, you got good bit of work off that round.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we were actually laughing because if you heard what we're getting said in the corner, you wouldn't believe it. So the first 3 rounds, my team were trying to instruct me what to do, and everything I was trying to do, it just weren't working. And then the fourth round, they basically just tell me to relax, enjoy it. They see out the points defeat. And the irony is that was my best round. So
I
I do
thought you could
feel
have
it.
nicked that one.
Yeah, well, I thought that after watching it back, I watched it with a commentary on when I got home last night, and the commentary always made me smile because they said they were saying my defense was strange, but if you have a look, Sam, I ain't got a mark on me, so
Mm.
it's like it's all right saying it's strange, but it's very awkward, and until people are in there with me, they don't realize what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? Kai, to be fair, full of respect, he said afterwards I was very awkward. And like you say, it was just I went into a bit of a defensive mode, just more to test myself. I wanted to gauge where my fitness were, gauge where my chin were, and to be fair, there was nothing I've not seen before. I was quite disappointed in my own performance, and then the fourth round, like you say, I just relaxed. I started enjoying myself, and that's when I started doing better. So
Mm.
I feel like we had a joke last night, like me and my team. They said 4 rounders, they're just going to tell me to relax because I just don't seem to wake up till about the fourth round, do I?
Mm.
So I think the longer distance fights suit me better, suit my style, and I do. It takes me a few rounds to work out my opponent's weaknesses. So obviously, when I've done 2, 3 rounds with Kai and I've started being awkward with him and wearing him down, I'm using that time to work out where his weak points are, and then I do start finding them. But it just takes me a bit of time. I'm getting old, Sam. That's what
Mm.
it is.
But yeah, you did make it very awkward for him, and
Yeah.
even though you weren't happy with your performance, you got through it after like yeah, because the Sheldon fight got cancelled. Can you explain
Yeah,
why
yeah,
that to everyone who doesn't know
yeah.
why that got
Obviously,
cancelled?
we were all devastated for the Sheldon fight. I was devastated. Obviously, Sheldon's devastated. Here in Sheffield, that's going to be a big, big fight, and the time will come for that fight. Um, I went straight into camp for that fight. I was ticking over Christmas. I was absolutely fit as, and then we got the bad news with the British Boxing Board about my brain scan, and it put a bit of a worry on my health and actually my entire future within the sport. And obviously, it knocked me a bit mentally. And I had a couple of weeks off gym, and I've not really known where I've been standing, so I've been ticking over. But I did take my foot off the mark because I do think a month ago, 2 months ago, I was absolutely on fire. I was ready to take Sheldon's head off, and then the performance I've put on last night is nowhere near what I would turn up to fight Sheldon on a home show. So I was happy to be back out working last night. I absolutely enjoyed it. I'm enjoying my place within the sport now. There's no pressure on me, Sam. I've got nothing to prove to nobody. I'm doing it for me and my family. I absolutely enjoy everything I do. As soon as the bell went for the last round last night, all I could think is, yes, I'm back out in 2 weeks. Because obviously I've got Nathan Quarlos.
Oh
So
yes.
I'm looking forward to that. And like I say, I'm just enjoying it. I'm enjoying every second I can of it. But for the Sheldon fights, the other local derbies could happen. I think there's Brendan Needham. There's a couple here in Sheffield
Oh yeah,
where
because you had a bit of a back and forth with that Needham, was it?
we're not more so with him. They were a lad in the middle trying to do a bit of pot stirring. Um,
Jenkins.
yeah, I believe so. But me and Brendan, to be fair, I've got nothing but respect for Brendan. But I do also know that's a fight that could possibly happen this year. I'm ready to jump in when he is. I'll need a month's notice on a camp, and I'll go and have a go with him. But the thing is, with them kind of fights, they're the ones that if I'm bringing the tickets and I'm bringing the Promise Army, I'm going to put the full camp in. So
Hmm.
I want the best of Perry out. I said to my team last night, 40% Perry out last night. I wasn't happy. I've won fights on worse um performances, but I've also lost fights on better performances. And um last night, no disrespect to Kai, who was top line, a debut, but I give him a bit too much respect than I should have. I was expecting something to come that didn't come. But obviously, I've been there. I know how Kai feels. That was his debut. He had the pressure on him. He felt like he had to perform. He was probably trying too hard to impress. But when you sit back and you relax on your boxing, you get a bit more out of it. Do you know what I mean?
Mm. So yeah, with the Sheldon fight, do you feel like that's a fight that could get rescheduled?
Yeah, that will be happening before I retire. I know Sheldon's eager to make it happen. We were talking for an April date, but to be fair, it's me who's turned the April date down. I've got a lot going on. As you can appreciate, obviously we spent all over Christmas selling that fight, and then I had to go around refunding everybody and doing all that. It's just a lot of work, Sam, for what it is. And Sheldon's like me. Sheldon's game. I've got nothing but respect for Sheldon. He'd fight me tomorrow. I'd fight him tomorrow. But like I've explained to him on a side to make it right, he don't want a 40% Perry Howe. He wants 100% Perry Howe turning up, and I want 100% of the Promise Army out there in force. So for that to work, it's got to really be a summer months. So obviously we'll be putting that to Izzy and the team at GBM. If they want that, we'll have that. But it's going to be on my terms in the summer.
Hmm. Is that your home show? That one?
Well, to be fair, mate, any fight I have in Sheffield, I class as a home show.
Yeah.
So I'm not bothered if I'm in the home corner or the away corner. Everybody here knows who's selling the tickets. Everybody knows who the Promise Army are, and we know what's what. The fact is, Sam, we all know bums on seats is bums on seats, isn't it?
Mm.
So no promoter's going to turn me down when I'm putting 150, 200 bums on a seat. So the old time I can do that, I'm laughing. And obviously, I thank all my team for that, my sponsors, all my friends, my family, because they're the ones that make them nights possible. And if I do them nights, I want to be 110% Perry out to make sure that they get the money's worth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough. And yeah, so when you talk about these big, like, I mean, like these Sheffield sort of derby fights, is that when you would want like a full camp? Let's say if you want Needham or Sheldon, that's when you want a full camp.
Yeah, I wouldn't be booking like I wouldn't if I were doing ticket selling, it were going to be a big fight, like you said, 50-50. I'd want at least 6 weeks solid where I'm just beast mode, get my head into it, proper fully concentrate on it. But for that to work for me, the money's got to add up as well. So the whole time I'm getting opportunities on the road and I'm out working weekly, 2 weekly, I'm going to take them opportunities because that's what me and my family are in this for.
Mm. And of course, yeah, you've got Nathan Quallers in what, 3, 4 weeks, 3, 4 weeks?
23rd of March, whenever that is. Is it 2 week, 3 week, maybe?
I think it's 4 weeks.
Is it? Well,
Maybe
what are we
three,
on today?
three.
3 week, yeah. So I'll take Nathan Quarlos. If anyone else comes up in the meantime, I'll have a go at them last minute as well. So
Yes, mate.
I'm ready for any away job. So that last night was a case of that for me. It was just a case to gauge myself where I was. I watched my performance back. Like I said, I weren't happy with it. But in my defence as well, if you actually watch the fight, Sam, you don't really land out.
Mm.
There's no big shots that have gone in where I've gone, oh, that hurt, or so I did my job. I got home safe. And I've just took my baby for ice cream this morning. And we're going to a beef for Sam.
Are you? When you going?
Not till summer months, but obviously that's been a thing. We've had stuff to pay, and when all this come up with a brain scan, it does have a knock-on effect to my family life. So I'm very blessed this morning to be smiling at my daughter and saying, "We're going to a beef for baby."
Yeah, how hard was it to, cope with your brain scan that failed? How hard was that to deal
Um,
with?
it was quite devastating because at first the initial shock for me and my team were we thought that were it. We read the email from the board, and my first thought from me and my team were my health, and they were worried about me. And my thought were, what about my money? You know, what about my boxing? Obviously, I love this sport. I'll be lost without it. So I was a bit gutted. But then when we've looked into it, it were a bit of a cautionary side on the board. They had to get a tick in the box. So I've had to go through the process of seeing a neuropsychologist. They've done IQ tests on me. They've done various tests to make sure that I've got no signs of brain damage. And luckily, they've said that I'm fit to continue. So, like I said, we were still in limbo. Tuesday, Tuesday, we was waiting to see off the board if they approved it, and literally I got a phone call saying you're ready to go.
So
So
relief.
hopefully, yeah. So I was very relieved, and then obviously the reality hits home that oh wow, I am boxing in 4 days' time. Best get some work done.
Mm. Yeah, so of course you've got Nathan.
Yeah.
He challenged for the English title against Vidal Riley. What did you make of
Yeah.
that fight?
Well, he's a durable lad, isn't he, Nathan? Like you could tell just looking at his record, he doesn't seem to be a big puncher. Don't know if he's going to be trying bringing out on the night, but he's also durable. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he is. So I'll turn up and have a crack with him. So he'll get a bit better than 40% Perry Howe. I might be up to 80% by the time I get there.
Good
So because
stuff.
I'm back now. I got my mojo back last night. It made me realise again how much I enjoy this sport. So
Mm. Yeah, of course. Yeah, so Nathan, he is durable. Of course, he was in the English title mix with Vidal Riley. I'm sure, he'll want to try and get back to that. Do you feel like I forgot what I was going to say now. Do you feel like it'll be a tough test for you?
yeah. Like I said, they're all tough tests. I mean, anyone who's getting in that ring who's going to stand and try and punch you in the head, it's going to be an hard night's work, isn't it? So I'll respect every opponent I've got. I'm not underestimating Nathan, but I'm not overestimating him either. I don't think he's bringing anything that I've not seen before. I'd like to. Obviously, he might have other plans. That's this game, isn't it? So we'll see. We'll see what he's bringing on the night. I think the pressure's on Nathan. To be fair, like you say, he's just come off a loss to Vidal Riley. In theory, I'm supposed to be a stepping stone back to the big stage. Well, he's got to get through a big awkward promised stepping stone, and I'm not an easy night's work for anyone. So
6 rounds as well, so you can get going this time.
that's it. I might just warm up by about the fourth round. So
Maybe try and nick a draw. Who knows?
yeah, you never know, mate. You never know.
Uh, yeah. Are you looking forward to that fight? Because
I am, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I've not boxed in Liverpool before, so we're gonna have a thing. We were first last night up in Bolton. That were a good venue. Looking forward to that. I've also got one booked in for April down in Wales.
Josh Hannigan, is it?
Yeah, 3-0, I think. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm putting some miles on the clock this next few months.
Mm.
So,
Yeah. What about Jake Paul? Is that a fight that you could do?
Jake Paul would be one of them. He'd be the easiest opponent I've had. He's a loser, innit? But he ain't gonna bother with me. He's going for the money, innit? But yeah, I'd quite happily take that fight. If I got that phone call tomorrow, I'd be there. I'd be there. All of them KSI. I even put Tommy Fury in that bracket now because he's embarrassing. He's YouTube. I don't even see him as mainstream anymore. So I'll tell you what I would take. I'd love the phone call to go to Saudi to fight Roman. I don't
Yes,
know who they've got lined up for him, but if he drops out last minute, I fancy a trip to Saudi Arabia next week.
yes, mate. I think he's fighting some guy who's 2-0.
2-0. Decent, decent. You could have a go at the promise with 5 wins behind him.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, there's big fights out there for you, domestic scene, you know,
yeah,
Needham, Sheldon, I mean even Tommy Fletcher, you know, Alois
yeah,
Jr., you know,
yeah. I'd
people like
like,
that.
yeah. I think we got offered Tommy Fletcher last time he was out, but they were clashed with a calendar or something. But it might have been this week, but I can't remember. But
No,
yeah, I
because
would fancy it.
you were training for the Sheldon fight, that's
That
why.
were it. Yeah, that were it. Yeah, because the Sheldon fight were on and the schedule clashed, didn't it?
Mm.
So, but yeah, that Tommy Fletcher fight, I'd happily take that one as well. I know those in the know that I'm ready to take that one. There's a few out there, Sam. I'll have a go at absolutely anyone in that cruiserweight division who wants a pop. And the thing is, the higher their knockout ratio, the more I fancy my chances of making them get one where they aren't getting a knockout. Because I will be a test for anyone, won't I?
Mm-hmm.
So
Very durable.
that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and before I let you go, as always, do you want to thank manager, trainers, sponsors, just anyone who's helping you?
Yeah. I'd like to thank everybody at Riley's Boxing and Fitness Centre. Obviously, Pete and Gaz went to work with me last night. We've got big pro stable growing now down there, so we're all busy. Some doing home fights, some doing away fights, like me doing a bit of both. We're busy. All my sponsors who have continued to support me. Obviously, when I got the news with the brain stuff, it's cost more financial stuff to get that sorted. And all my sponsors have chipped in to help sort all that. So they've got me back to work for me and my family. So I'm very grateful. Obviously, everybody who supports me, like I said, I know those in the know, they'll see the lost records, but those who know why I'm doing what I'm doing and that know I'm enjoying myself, and it's what it's all about, Sam.
Mm. Yes, and from me, mate, thank you for your time as always, and well done on last night.
Thank you very much, Sam. You take it easy. I'll catch up with you after the Nathan Qualis fight.
Yes, mate. Thank you for your time. Bye.
No, I'll take it easy, Paul.